What a weekend we had in the sports world, everybody. The Astros and Yankees had a collision course this weekend at a Yankee Stadium. Also, too, it was a big weekend for the Dodgers and Braves and one Freddie Freeman. We had a brawl today out in between the Angels and the Mariners this afternoon on the West Coast. I'm going to talk about all that tonight. We got a lot to cover here at about the next half hour or so, and we will start the show right after this. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get right into the show. We have a lot to talk about here tonight. The Los Angeles Dodgers took 2 out of 3 from the Atlanta Braves at Turner Field. What a week! What a weekend it was. Freddie Freeman coming back to accept his World Series ring as part of the Braves from 1 year ago. He's now with the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers did take 2 of 3 in this series, but how did they do it? Trey Turner. The man's hitting .317 right now. He was 5 for 16 in this series with 3 runs, a double, 1 home run, 2 RBIs, a walk, but he did strike out 5 times. Freddie Freeman, the Brave from 1 year ago, now the current Dodger. He was 4 for 12 in the series with 2 runs. He also had a double in this series. 1 RBI, but he did have 3 walks and he struck out 6 times. That was the downside of his visit. And Gavin Lux, what is he doing? Oh, he's hitting a respectable 286. He was 3 for 13 in the series with a run, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Excuse the special sound effects. For the Atlanta Braves, Dansby Swanson. This guy's hitting .304 and doing a lot of damage, but he was 5 for 13 with a run, a home run, 2 RBIs, and he did have 2 strikeouts. Beep, 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 beep. Michael Harris II. Why are we sleeping on this guy? He's hitting .330. He's hitting .327 for crying out loud. He was 4 for 12 in the series with 2 runs, a double, but he did have 4 strikeouts. Beep, 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 beep. Travis d'Arnaud. What is he doing right now? He's hitting a respectable 269. Now, he didn't play the whole series, but he was 3 for 8 with 3 runs, 2 doubles in this series, 2 RBIs, and he did have a walk. No strikeouts, though, so I'll give a beep, 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 beep. There you go. Now, as pitching performances go in this 3-game set, let's think about this. Julio Urias. He got a win. He pitched 6 solid innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run, walked 2, struck out 9. Now, despite the fact this guy only has a 5-6 record, but he does have a 2.48 ERA. Very nice. And also very impressive. I would love to have him on my pitching staff, but we got to get that win-loss record going in the right direction. Now, what about for Atlanta? I've only got one, Max Fried, but there is one downside. He got a no decision. He pitched 6 2/3 innings, gave up 6 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, and 9, but he did strike out 9. Now, Max Fried, if it weren't for his 2.77 ERA, I would have given this an afterthought. But it is what it is. The Dodgers did take 2 out of 3 from the Atlanta Braves in this 3-game set. Could we be talking about a possible NLCS matchup? Not if the New York Mets have anything to say about it, but the Mets lost 2 of 3 from the Miami Marlins. Keep that in mind. The Braves are only 4.5 games back in the National League East. This battle for the East is nowhere near over. we're coming up close to the All-Star break. And folks, I'm going to be honest with you. The Mets lost 2 of 3. The Atlanta Braves are on a hot streak, despite the fact they lost 2 out of 3 against the red hot Dodgers. Now this 3-game set is over. What's next? The Braves are trying to catch the New York Mets in the National League East. But as far as the National League West goes, the Dodgers are leading, and the San Diego Padres won it. Now the Padres did play the Phillies this weekend. I did not write that information down, and I do apologize for that. But if the Braves keep this up and they can pass the Mets, could we be talking about a potential NLCS preview? It's possible, but we got a long way to go. And that's all I have to say about that on this night. Now, the New York Yankees got a split against the Houston Astros, and it was very important. Here's why. The Yankees are red hot right now, but the Astros kind of turned the Yankees into a nightmare. 16 and a half hitless baseball for the Astros at the new Yankee Stadium. 2 no-hitters against the Yankees in 60-some years. That was huge. We had a no-hitter over the weekend. The Astros pitched a no-hitter, and I'll get to that in a minute. But as far as the 3-game set goes, Aaron Judge, he's hitting .294. He was only 3 for 17, but he did have 2 runs, a home run, 4 RBIs, but he did strike out 4 times. Excuse my hatred towards the Yankees. DJ LeMahieu, he's hitting .260. He was only 3 for 12 with 2 runs, a home run, 2 RBIs, 4 walks, but he did strike out 3 times. Giancarlo Stanton, Mr. 242 hitter. He was 3 for 14 with 4 runs, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, a walk, but he did strike out 7 times. Now, as for the Houston Astros, Michael Brantley, the former Cleveland Indian, or should I say Guardian now, he's hitting .288 right now, but he was only 2 for 15 in this 4-game set with a run, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Jose Altuve, he's hitting .275. He was 5 for 14 in this 4-game set with 4 runs. He had 2 doubles in the series, 2 home runs, 2 RBIs, 4 walks, and he only struck out twice. Beep, 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 beep. And Yurley Gurriel, let's give him some love. 5 for 14 in this 4-game set, 1 run. He had 2 doubles in the series, 1 RBI and 3 strikeouts. Beep, beep, beep. But the pitching performance of the weekend is the no-hitter. Christian Javier, he pitched 7 super innings of no-hit ball. Struck out 13. Him, Ryan Priestley, and somebody else, I forgot to write his name down. They combined for a no-hitter. And Javier, he's 5 and 3 with a 2.73 ERA. And Ryan Priestley he pitched an inning, struck out 2. He's got a 4.05 ERA. Some people have this down as a possible ALCS preview. I'm not willing to go that far yet. But it could happen. We'll have to wait and see. But the bottom line is this. A huge weekend out of Yankee Stadium, and they get a split. The Astros made the Yankees look like nothing for those 2 games they lost, that the Astros beat them. Excuse me, long day. But could we be possibly looking at a potential ALCS preview? Let's take a wait-and-see mode on that. And that's the bottom line. All right. Let's move on to some bigger news. The Chicago Cubs took 2 out of 3 from the St. Louis Cardinals at Busch Stadium. That is correct. That is accurate. The Cubs took 2 out of 3 from the Cardinals at Busch Stadium. And now they find themselves a game behind the Milwaukee Brewers in the National League Central. What happened? Well, let's see. Nico Horner. He's hitting 295 for the Cubs, despite the fact the Cubs are bad. In this 3-game set, he was 6 for 11, 2 runs, 1 home run, 2 RBIs, 2 walks, and he only struck out once. Beep, 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 beep. Wilson Contreras. What is he doing? Oh, he's hitting 268 right now. He was 4 for 11 with a double, 3 RBIs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Beep, 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 beep. And Rafael Ortega. We don't hear much from him. What is he doing? He's hitting 269 right now. Now, he didn't play the whole series, but he was 2 for 8 with 2 runs, a double, 1 home run, 4 RBIs, a walk, and a strikeout. Give him some love. But what happened to the Cardinals this weekend? Well, Paul Goldschmidt, he's hitting 337 right now. He was 3 for 10 in this 3-game set with 2 runs, a home run, 1 RBI, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Nolan Arenado, he's hitting 283 right now. He was 4 for 13 in this 3-game set with 2 runs, a double, an RBI, and 3 strikeouts. Oh boy, he had some struggles, but not as bad as Tommy Edman. Tommy Edman, he's hitting 269 right now. He was only 2 for 14 in this series, but he did have 2 RBIs, and he did have 3 strikeouts. But if you want pitching performances, I got 2 of them, 1 from each team. For the Chicago Cubs, I gave my pitching performance to Kyle Hendricks. He pitched 7 1/3 innings with 5, gave up 5 hits, walked 1, struck out 6. He has a 3-6 record with a 4.90 ERA. Kyle, get that ERA down, man. I know the ball's up to go flying out of Wrigley Field in Chicago, but let's get that ERA down. Now, this one from the St. Louis Cardinals, I know it's a no decision, but I want to give him some love. Miles Mikolas, he had a no decision. He pitched 6 solid innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run, walked 1, struck out 9. He's got a 2.57 ERA, people. The Cardinals find themselves a game back. After losing 2 of 3 against the Cubs at home, that's going to sting a little bit. And that's the truth of this, and that's the truth of the matter. I have never seen a Cardinals team come out of a 4-game set all knotted up and with nothing resolved at all. All of a sudden, they go home, play the Cubs, and they lose 2 out of 3. This is a setback for the St. Louis Cardinals. But they'll be back. Don't worry. But as far as the Milwaukee Brewers go, they took 2 out of 3 from the Toronto Blue Jays. And that was very big. Here's what I'm talking about. For the Milwaukee Brewers, Roddy Tellez. This guy's hitting 248 right now. Now, he didn't play the whole series, to be fair to him. But he was 2 for 9 with 2 runs, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, a walk, and he struck out twice. But Andrew McCutchen. He was 3 for 11 in this 3-game set with a run, a home run, 2 RBIs, 1 walk, and he only struck out once. And Christian Yelich, the MVP candidate from a few years back. He's hitting 245 right now, but he was 4 for 11 with 2 runs, 3 RBIs, 4 walks. He struck out 3 times. The Brewers find themselves 1 game up in the National League Central. And I'll come back to the Brewers and Cardinals in a minute. But as for the Toronto Blue Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., he's hitting 268 right now. But in this 3-game set, he was 4 for 11 with 2 runs, a double, 1 RBI, 2 walks, and he struck out twice. But give him a little love. Bo Bichette, he was 1 for 13 in this 3-game set with a run, a home run, 1 RBI, 5 strikeouts, and that was not a good performance. I think that's part of the reason why they lost 2 of 3. And Teoscar Hernandez, he was only 1 for 12 with a run and 4 strikeouts. He's hitting 242. But if you're looking for a pitching performance in this 4-game set, I got the perfect one for you. Corbin Burns. He pitched 7 2/3 innings, and this was the very first game. He pitched 7 2/3 innings, gave up 5 hits. He gave up 3 earned runs, 2 home runs. He walked 2, but he did strike out 9. I know it doesn't sound like a good pitching performance, but that's about the best I can do. Now, Burns does have a 6-4 record with a 2.41 ERA. Corbin, get that win-loss record up. You got to stop giving up home runs and giving up big numbers in the strikeout department. Can't do both at the same time. But as far as Josh Hader goes, he got his 22nd save of the season, and he's got a 1.19 ERA. He is one of the best closers in the business, everybody. And he would be somebody I would want in my corner. And that's the truth of the matter. Now, the Cubs and the Cardinals are now tied atop of the Brewers now have a 1-game lead in the National League Central. The Cardinals suffered a huge setback, losing 2-3 from the Cubs at Busch Stadium. How embarrassing. But they'll be back. The Brewers taking 2-3 from the Toronto Blue Jays. Listen, everybody, it's going to be a battle of the beer cities the rest of the way. I still wish Milwaukee Stadium was still called Miller Park, though, because it had a much better tone to it. And everybody in Milwaukee feels the same way I do. And that's the bottom line. Now, we need to talk about this. There was a full-scale Pier 6 bench-clearing brawl today out in Los Angeles between the Seattle Mariners and the LA Angels. And it was a Pier 6 brawl. It all started when Andrew Wantz threw Julio Rodriguez in the top of the first. He threw at him. And then in the top of the second, Jesse Winkler got nailed by Andrew Wantz. The benches cleared, and the fight was on. When it was all said and done, 8 total players were ejected. 6 players total, and both managers were ejected. Here were the ejections for the LA Angels. Interim manager Phil Nevin, he got tossed. Andrew Wantz, he got tossed and thrown to Jesse Winkler. Raziel Iglesias, he got ejected. And relief pitcher Ryan Tempera, he also got the boot. For the Seattle Mariners, it was manager Scott Service, Jesse Winkler for coming out and starting throwing punches. Julio Rodriguez, he got tossed for his part in the brawl. And J.P. Crawford, he also got ejected from the game. When the league goes to take a look at the videotape, there's going to be major fines, suspensions are forthcoming. Because this is big. And if you've had a chance to see the brawl today in the game, or if you've seen the videotape, the video replay, it was not a shoving match, a shovey, huggy, feely kind of fight. There were some serious punches thrown. I saw that. Tempers flared out in L.A. Is it just the frustration that both these teams are at the bottom of the National League West? It could be. Could this be a sign of things to come? This all started on a Friday when Mike Troutbaugh got drilled. And then on Saturday, a couple other players almost got drilled. And it finally came to a head today on Sunday. Fireworks in L.A. And I'll tell you what, out in Anaheim, there were more fireworks than there were on the 4th of July. That's how crazy this game was. Punches thrown, ejections. I think the Angels won the game 2-1, by the way. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. I knew it was a 2-1 ball game. I think the Angels won. It is what it is. Fines, suspensions will be forthcoming. And that's all there is to it. Okay, everybody, real quickly. The NASCAR Cup Series has just finished their race at Nashville. Literally just about 20 minutes ago. That's why I was so late going on the air. And I just got the final results. Chase Elliott came home the winner. Kurt Busch came home second. Ryan Blaney came home third. A nice run for him. Kyle Larson fourth. Ross Chastain, the 2-time winner this year, came home fifth. Danny Hamlin finished sixth. Austin Cindric seventh. Christopher Bell was eighth. Joey Logano ninth. And Kevin Harvick rounding out the top 10. Next weekend, we'll have more fireworks for the NASCAR Cup Series. The NASCAR Cup Series will be heading to Road America for the road race there for the first time ever. And as for the IndyCar Series, they'll be back in action next weekend at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Two beautiful road circuits in the world of auto racing. You got the IndyCars at Mid-Ohio. You got the Cup Series at Road America. May the best team win and may the best driver win. And that's all there is to it. What a weekend we had. We saw the Colorado Avalanche beat the Tampa Bay Lightning in the Stanley Cup Finals in Game 6, 2-1. My congratulations to the Colorado Avalanche for winning the Stanley Cup. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for my closing thoughts. The Ole Miss Running Rebels won the College World Series, stunning Oklahoma 2 straight. Ole Miss had to come from behind in Game 2 to win it. They got the job done. Ole Miss was literally the last team into the field. They go from the last team in to being the last team standing. My congratulations to the Ole Miss Running Rebels for winning the College World Series. An honor well deserved. Now, I don't watch college baseball. The only time I think everybody cares about college baseball is when the College World Series comes around. When it comes to get serious with the Super Regionals. We had a great week in Omaha, Nebraska. It was a great week. And may I just say, congrats to Ole Miss. You beat Oklahoma. You beat the favorites. And I'll tell you what, my hats go off to you on behalf of Ohio State Nation. You got it done at the best possible time. My congratulations to the Ole Miss Running Rebels for winning the College World Series. Now that the College World Series is done, we can concentrate on the big leagues and other things that are going on. We'll be seeing all these young kids in an MLB uniform in a very, very near future, I do believe. Congrats, Ole Miss. You earned it. Savor it and enjoy the moment. And that's all I have to say on this night. Okay, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I want to thank you guys so much for being with me here on this night. Please just go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. My name is Scott Manning. All you have to do is type my name, scroll down, click subscribe, look for this pretty face, and you'll see all the sports videos I have done so far and all the sports shows I've already done. I want to thank you guys so much for being with me here on this night. Please join me on Friday for the Scott Manning YouTube Sports Machine Weekend Kickoff Show as I get you ready for the weekend. And we're going to have a lot of fireworks because it is the 4th of July weekend. Thank you guys so much for being with me here on this night, and God bless. Good night, everybody, and I thank you.